Welcome, everyone. Let's talk about this. Now, the way I see it is pretty clear. We're having a situation where people are putting political mess in the way of basketball. And once again, it is being pushed as an agenda, and people are marketing it and taking it way beyond what it should be. And unfortunately, this has put a black eye on the game. Like I said, I normally don't cover WNBA. That's mostly HD and many other people who do. But when it starts becoming news like this, that's when I get involved and said, hey, we got to discuss this. It's getting out of hand. Now, as you can see on this play here, right? You're watching the play materialize. Now, DiJonai Carrington, she's one of the top players on the Chicago Sky. She was having a great game. She hadn't missed a shot. She's been playing great all game. There was no pent-up aggression, nothing with like her and Cunningham, Sophie Cunningham. All right, it's a good closeout. Pass is blocked because of good defense. So it leads to a steal. The idiot player on the Chicago team allowed the double team to get there, and she couldn't respond well to it. Ball's been pushed ahead. Cunningham has the break, and she slows down. She tries to go up to get a block. She ends up hitting the head. It's a bad foul, but it's definitely flagrant. It's above the neck. It's a flagrant foul. It's a flagrant 2 or 1. Definitely. Sophie Cunningham, because of how hard she got hit, is upset. So now it turns into a cursing match at this point. Everybody's cursing the next person out. This leads to other people coming into the game that shouldn't be on the court. And Sophie Cunningham knows what she's doing. She doesn't mind getting political. She's using it to market herself. How many years she's been in Phoenix? About 6 years, right? She played like 6 years in Phoenix. Nobody cared about Sophie Cunningham in anything until she played with Caitlin Clark. Nobody paid her a lick of attention. Now they want to label DiJonai Carrington as a bad, dirty player. Now look at this. She was trying to go up and get the ball, right? It's a bad foul, definitely a flagrant. That is definitely a flagrant 1 or flagrant 2. They can negotiate or differentiate. Is it a flagrant 1 or 2? Right? And that should be the end of it. She jumped up trying to get in her face and wanting to do something. So now she's yelling back. Coaches come out. is broken up. She slows down so that she can focus on making the layup. And boom, she got her. Now, this is a flagrant 2 or flagrant 1. Okay, no problem here. Now, why is anyone upset about this play? He said she got ejected. It should have been over after that, but you people talking about assault. Nope, it's not us, people. That was a basketball play on a basketball court. That happens a 1,000 times in a game when someone goes for a block and they end up hitting someone's head on a fast break going down court. We've seen it many different times and many different ways. So now you got to ask yourself something. Is this what you want? This is what the league is now. Now it's white privilege versus black fatigue. Anybody who keeps posting these realities that's just not how I don't move that way. I move in a different energy wave. You know what I'm saying? Like when I see this thing play out to its, you know, zenith, you start seeing things move in a different light. Now, right, but they try to say she's just a dirty player. She's been doing this. Look at this. This the agenda now. Carrington is a dirty player. She pulled her hair. She inadvertently got poked in the eye. It was on purpose. Oh, gosh. They're trying to injure the career of Caitlin Clark. So when they are pumping the agenda and they fooling everybody up, getting everybody filled up on this juice, pushing this all through the media and trying to say that's who this player is because they want to spread the narrative. So playing hard and playing basketball, there's going to be fouls on every single play, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what if I told you Caitlin Clark did this? Same thing that they talking about. What if I told y'all that? Would you believe me? Or do you need to see it? Oh! Did they throw Caitlin Clark out the game? Did she get a flagrant too? Wow. Is Caitlin Clark a dirty player? Is that what you telling me? Caitlin Clark is a dirty player. Right? What would she do that for? She's a dirty player. Oh my God, Caitlin Clark just did that. So that means Caitlin Clark is a dirty player? Or was she trying to make a play on the ball and end up hitting somebody's head? That happens a lot in the sport. So Carter wasn't targeting Sophie Cunningham because she's tired of her political agendas. This is what we talk about, people. The agendas, the placating. Now, what is the difference between Caitlin Clark's foul? What is the difference? Same foul. Both was trying to make a play on the ball, end up fouling somebody. Right? And she didn't even check on the player. Her teammate went there to have her back. Way to go. Way to foul her. And Caitlin Clark was not ejected from the game for this foul above the neck. White privilege? Or black fatigue? Now, as you can see, Caitlin Clark did the same exact foul. Same foul. But yet, we villainize one and don't speak about the other. And they want to tell you it ain't about race. Then what is it then? The league turned a blind eye. They made a judgmental call. That is a flagrant foul. Anything above the neck is a flagrant foul by the rule. Now, they can say, well, it was wind up in delivery and intent. Okay, if you felt like that was a wind up in an attempt, it's like I said, it's a flagrant no matter what. It's either flagrant 1 or flagrant 2. But don't act like it just happened because she's Sophie Cunningham and she's making a stance and this was totally against her and she wanted to injure Sophie Cunningham. This is the narrative that exposes the race baiters that they keep trying to push this agenda. And this is being done by conservative white men. Let me repeat, conservative white men are pushing this agenda so that black conservatives could grab a hold of it and go and say, yeah, Dan's right. This is a problem that is not having anything to do with basketball. Man, you all day. Now, they don't even watch WNBA. They're so hypocritical. It's unbelievable. White conservative men do not believe in women playing basketball, period. They don't care for that. They're about the man leads and the woman follows. That's the way God wants it and Jesus wants it, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Now, all of a sudden, they care about basketball from women. Before Caitlin Clark came into the WNBA, they were like, they need to shut it down. No one wants to see women that can't dunk a basketball. They should probably lower the rims. They could do all of that because no one wants to see it. That's what they were saying. These were white conservative men who don't watch the games, complaining that no one wanted to watch the games because they can't dunk. Neither can Caitlin Clark. But Caitlin Clark is in the league now, and that's that white girl. She's going against all those angry black liberals, and she's standing tall, and she's better than all of them. I'm like, they're selling themselves a narrative that they're not even playing. Caitlin Clark is one of many white women that are in the game. She's a good basketball player. She's not outstanding. She's good. Now, the fact that she's a good basketball player is not a hindrance of her. They want to believe she's the best in the world. She's not. Caitlin Clark is not better than Paige. That's fact. She wasn't better than her in college. She wasn't better than her in the pros. Paige is better. That's not even a question. Caitlin's not even number 2. There are plenty of players that have come along and have done what she's done, Caitlin Clark, and they're better players. Caitlin Clark is not a great defensive player. She tries to play defense, but she's not outstanding. She's not a threat really inside the paint. She came in the WNBA and she had to learn how to play basketball in the WNBA. This is why they were talking about benching her when she came in the league. The coach is like, look, if the 3 ball ain't dropping, I don't want you standing out at the 3-point line. You got to learn how to score, put the ball on the floor, do other things. This isn't college. You're just not going to be able to pop out and just shoot threes all day. We don't do that here. Caitlin Clark is nice. Yeah, she's a good basketball player. But do you believe she's the best? No. She's not even close. Look at, there's about 7 to 8 players better than Caitlin Clark right now. You got girls, white girls, putting up 50s. So what are you talking about? The girl that played for the New York Liberty, who went against Steph Curry in the three-point contest, she shoots better three-point percentage than Caitlin Clark. And has been before she even got in the league. We didn't even mention about Angel Wilson. What is she? There's like 8, 9 people better than Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. That's facts. But Caitlin Clark is in that category of one of the great players in the league. No one can take that from her. She's earned and she's proven she can do that. But here's the problem that I'm talking about, the protecting. She gets protected. There's plenty of games Caitlin Clark don't do shit. She gets shut down when she goes up against real teams. They go up against them Lynx. They go up against real teams. I see her get her ass busted. And you know what they don't say? Nothing. They don't say a word about Caitlin Clark getting exposed. You know what she does? She goes and fake a back injury. Oh, my back. My back was a little tight. My back. No, don't do that. Own it. You shot and played like shit and you lost. Own it. Don't come out here trying to LeBron it. If we don't take that from LeBron, we ain't taking it off Caitlin Clark either. You gonna have to own it. You can't do that after you have a bad game, but when you go and score 35 and you hitting 6 or 7 threes, all of a sudden I don't hear nothing about your back. Right, I care about basketball. The politics, garbage, they could throw to the side. They just make themselves look stupid, trying to put politics in the way of the game. That's what both sides are trying to do. Like, no, we're about, y'all made these women superstars. They're getting rich. Sophie Cunningham is making herself bigger and getting rich off of riding the race wave. Talking about it's not about race. If it wasn't about race, nobody would give a goddamn about your lily white ass. Because you've been in the Phoenix Suns for years and nobody cared you were there. You got a big 6-figure deal contract because you've been riding the white wave. Now your whiteness is paying for you. All these conservatives of Sophie Cunningham's good, white, and wholesome, and they hate it. Like Sophie Cunningham just got there. She's been there for 6 years in Phoenix. Nobody cared. Caitlin Clark just what she is. You know, the thing is, she's like, I just want to play ball. What'd she do? She don't get caught in a political wave, you know, and all the other stuff, the nonsense that they put in the way of it. She's got to deal with all that, but that comes with the territory, Caitlin Clark. It comes with the territory. You're going to be hated in this league, and it's beneficial to you. If they just ignored you and didn't care, then where will you be, Caitlin Clark? You'll be another player in the league. But they keep playing the narrative like you're the only white girl on the court going up against a bunch of black girls who don't like you. They don't like the mess that's around you. They don't like the protecting, the agenda. The same thing Michael Jordan got. Michael Jordan got special privileges. LeBron gets extra special privileges. So, as the face of the league, that's what they're going to say. And it's like, well, Caitlin Clark is bringing in all the money. Like, I've never heard this stupid thing said before until it came across with them. They're saying Caitlin Clark should get all the attention or be allowed to look good because she's making money for the league. That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard people going around there saying. They were smart. I mean, this girl she's making money for the league. You guys weren't making nothing until Caitlin Clark got here. Yeah, she's a marketing tool. She's a good basketball player, but she's not outstanding. All the things did she win a championship in college? No, she did not. She did not win a championship in college. And why didn't she? Why didn't she win a championship in college? Because the team she played for wasn't good enough. And she wasn't good enough. She was going to have points, but you got to be able to stop people on the court. You got to be able to make your team better. You got to have better leadership quality skills. She doesn't possess those things. I've watched her in college more than I've watched her in the pros. And it's the same thing when I do watch her. She does not take leadership accountability. Sophie Cunningham is more of a leader on the team than Caitlin Clark. Now, Caitlin is she's going to have to deal with people being physical with her. She doesn't like physicality. She shies away from it. And conservative men, they just like the fact she sleep with men. Hey, she likes men. That's why they don't like her. I'm like, she's not the only person in the league that likes men. I swear, you would think she was a purple dinosaur that just came out of nowhere and just started playing. Look at her. They hate her because she's a purple dinosaur with sparkles and glitter. Then they try to say, it's not a race thing. Yeah, their whole marketing is the marketing for the WNBA. You know what it is? Black fatigue and white privilege. That's it. That is their entire marketing. Race bait, a big race war. Nobody talks about the game. They talk about this and this only. Certain people do. And you know who do it the most? Men. Black men cover the WNBA more than white men. So if y'all love Caitlin Clark so much, why aren't y'all covering the games? White conservative men? This league is supposed to be for the women. Where are the women covering the WNBA games? There's more black men covering. There are more doggone black men covering WNBA. Where are the white conservative men that's covering the game? You know what these white conservatives do? They're covering drama. They're covering political agendas that has nothing to do with anything. Now the whole marketing is the trans war. They're going to let trans in the league. This has been the whole marketing now for the entire league. From white conservative men who claim they love Caitlin Clark so much and they watch what she do. They love when Caitlin Clark plays. Why don't you cover Caitlin Clark games? You watch something on TikTok or Twitter, wherever you've seen a clip, you see Caitlin Clark get fouled and you make that a whole narrative. They're trying to kill her. And no one's helping. These referees are being told to let whatever happens to Caitlin Clark because she likes men. And this is the problem you have in this society right here today. And you wonder why our country is where it is now. because these are the type of people that go out and vote. And they're stupid enough to keep voting for the wrong thing over and over again. And they're so stupid, the people that's in charge are voting against their own interests. It ain't even looking good for white men. They're like, wait a minute, I'm a white man. Why is it going bad for me? Because you're an idiot. You thought this person was in it for your kind. No, he's in it for his crew. The people that's there, his family, all their bank accounts are going to be loaded before he gets up out of there. But you thought he was on your side. You think he cared about the white guy from West Virginia. He wouldn't even step a foot in West Virginia. He be, they got a rally for you in where? West Virginia. West Virginia. Well, we'll send a video. As a matter of fact, they don't even fly over West Virginia. You will not see a rally in West Virginia. He can care about all of y'all coming out your trailer homes. Y'all pitching toilet seat covers, playing rings with toilet seat covers. No, he ain't coming to West Virginia. No. Mm-mm. I just know I had more money in my pocket when Obama was in office. When Obama was in office, I had more money in my pocket. We weren't at war. I mean, gas was down low, food costs was down. I just know things was a lot better when he was in office than what it is right now. That's all I know. Gas is about $5 a gallon. They lied saying gas is going to come down. It's still high, right? Food costs still up. And what they doing? Still lying. So, like I said, that's up to y'all if y'all want to keep believing the lie. Like I tell you, some people love to live in the lie. They take a bath in it. They're bathing in the lie constantly. Every time you look around, they're bathing in the lie. Like I said, for some people, it's like breathing. They can't help themselves. They got to lie. Thanks for the super chat. He said they voted for Trump. Now they sleeping in their car paying $6 a gas. Hey, it's that bad. And that's what I keep trying to tell y'all. It's not about just your car. That's transportation. That's Amazon deliveries. That's Uber Eats. That's everything. All the costs go up. So the food cost is going to go up. Certain things are going to get delayed, and the world is going to take another drastic change over the next 4 years. But there's going to be a shift because most of the Republicans are not going for this. Because what I tell you, where everybody keep talking about left versus right and all this nonsense, you're all Americans and you all are suffering. We are all going to suffer. White, green, blue, yellow, orange. The gas prices is the same for everybody that go to the gas station. The food cost is the same for everybody that go in there. There ain't no white privilege for food. You got to pay more. So this is what you voted for, dummies. You voted for this organization that was going to come here that has not provided anything for you. They didn't give you a game plan on what they were going to do. They have followed absolutely nothing of it. All you went for was a tagline of racism. We're going to deport people. Yeah, get them out of here. Because that's your stupidity, your level of mentality of ignorance. They know they don't have to do anything. All they got to do is feed you what you want to hear. And you ran off fear, and this is where you're at now. And then you come and spit stupid rhetoric like Caitlin Clark is being attacked in the WNBA. They're out to get her. They're not out to get Caitlin Clark. They're playing basketball. They don't have to like her. A lot of people don't like her. So what? Can she play the game? Yes. Caitlin Clark can play the game. Is she good? Yes, she's good. She's better than good, but she's not an outstanding. She's not one of the best players in the world. She's in that class of them, but she's not the best. There's about 8 players better than her that I know of right now, and probably more. Now, when they said she was the 13th ranked or whatever, the 16th, like I don't watch it enough to know all of the players, but from what I see when I do watch the games, I know talented players when I see them. Now, how many players on the Lynx is she's better than? And I'm talking about guards. Like they can defend, they can score. They're not just 3-point shooters. You know, she's going to go down as somebody that's going to get a lot of assists. She's going to score about 27 points and give it about 11 assists a night. Caitlin Clark would. But my thing is, down the stretch of games, can you depend on her to win you games? Down the stretch. Can she be that force that everybody's got to put the offense on to try to stop? Paige is somebody where if you put your best defender on Caitlin Clark, she's going to be shut down. If she goes against somebody who's like an outstanding defender, they either got to foul them out or she's going to try to flop her way out of it. She can't. She's not that kind of player to get those players off of her. She's not one of those. Paige, y'all got to really work to stop Paige. You're going to have to really put in some work. She likes the physical contact. She can go in there and do what she got to do. Somebody's like, well, that's because she's a lesbo. Well, I'm going to just tell you, lesbo or not, she's a better player than Caitlin Clark. Period. Oh, when she put up white privilege? Well, she said she put up white privilege because she showed you what I showed you. So when you see this right here, that's why she's saying white privilege. You see that? That's why you hear white privilege. Now, ask yourself, was Caitlin Clark ejected? Let me answer before you do. No, Caitlin Clark was not ejected for this play. Now, ask yourself, was Caitlin Clark? Same play. You know what they did? They moved on. The news didn't cover it. There was no tweets. There was nothing about it whatsoever. They're not the same. What is not the same about it? I would love to know. What is not the same about it? Look, a blow above the head is a flagrant foul, period. A blow above the neck is a flagrant foul. That's no question, no doubt about it whatsoever. I told you how the description would be. I told you how this would play out. No, Caitlin Clark is a basketball player. She's a good player. Nobody's saying that she isn't. Y'all fake these, that's what I'm saying. White conservative males who are fake WNBA. You don't even watch it. All you do is follow the narrative. You look at Caitlin Clark, see she's a white girl, and knew what she was doing, and this girl is outstanding. You don't watch any WNBA. Cut the bullshit. You ain't here trying to push a narrative because you're a racist. That's it. And you're trying to put that label on her, and she's not a racist. Caitlin Clark is not a racist person. Okay, let's get that assessed now. She's not racist. It's racist people that is following her and backing and pushing her and using her as a catalyst for their political BS. And the other side is tearing her down because of it. Like, she's not all that, which she isn't. But they're going to come after the narrative that they're trying to make her the Mother Mary or somebody. And she just wants to play ball. He said, I believe she is. Caitlin Clark is not a racist person. She's not. She's not racist. She's exhausted from all of the political garbage that's been going on, but she's not racist. She's a hooper. You know, she play ball. She hoop. She's confident in herself. She talks shit. She a hooper. But she ain't racist at all. She's always been the same person about her. That was the only thing about Caitlin Clark. She's always been the same person. Well, they're saying because her Caitlin Clark's technical foul got rescinded the next game, So now she's back to 7 technical fouls instead of 6. Most people are very nervous about what they believe their best self is. And when you see people try to extend to the very best that they could be and get into a level of pushing themselves up to the highest forefront, you would see other people take liberties that are not um, usually abundant in this era or field of play. They never promote the game, they promote this. So why should everybody else report the game if this is all you're going to put is a narrative? If you're going to push a narrative, they're going to push a narrative. That's the way it goes. It's not like, hey, this is a conspiracy. No, if you push a narrative, they're going to push a narrative. Well, people put the focus in the wrong areas. So when you start putting your focus in the right areas, you start to see things materialize a lot better than what has been presented to you in the past. So you always want to have control over the dynamic that you imply or that you put in. So as far as a basketball team, Minnesota is one of the best teams that they have, but you watch them develop. They got the personnel, you get key people. It's just like an NBA. You get the right people around, you can go on a run. You could dominate like New York did. When Lambeer was coaching the Liberty and he had the Detroit Shock, same thing. He won with both because he's good. He can coach the game. But they would never let him coach in the NBA based on Not really. I don't really see it like that. I see it a little differently than probably how you just laid it out. And that's cool to lay it out that way. I'm just saying that if you want to lay it out that way, that's fine. But if you look at the overall picture, it's never going to go that way, dog. Gen Z thinks it's funny. See, the thing is, now they've made it okay to go out and be racist. Like, it's a cool thing. And when you start doing that, you're getting away from the game. Now, is anyone protecting Sophie Cunningham? No. She's just riding the race wave. She's making her money off of it because she wasn't getting any publicity. She was looked at as the thug in Phoenix. But when you're white, you're tough. They play tough. When you're black and you found somebody, you're a dirty player. Now, who creates those narratives? And what is it based off of? That's right, race. So I'm going to ask you guys a question. How many of you guys watch the WNBA? How many of y'all watch the WNBA? Okay. Who's the best player on the Indiana Fever? So, everybody who's in here, I want y'all to say, and I asked y'all a question. I want everybody else who's listening to see what everybody is saying. You see this? You see what that is? The Boston? Now, I just asked people who watch the WNBA who was the best player on the Indiana Fever, and not one of them said Caitlin Clark. This one person said, I say Caitlin, but wouldn't be mad if you said Kelsey. So the majority of everybody on here said Kelsey Mitchell, Boston, is the best player on the Indiana Fever, a team where Caitlin Clark is. And people are upset if you don't say Caitlin Clark is the best player in the game. You see my point? So if she's the best player on the team, who would be number two? It would be Caitlin, right? I don't see anybody else on the team would be better than Caitlin. So Caitlin is the second best player on her team. Now let's get this. Where is Sophie Cunningham on the team? Would she be the third option? They said role player last. Right. So Sophie Cunningham is like the fifth option on the team. And she averages about eight points a game. She's been doing that her whole career. She's about an 8-9 point scorer. That's all you're going to get out of her. If she has a double-digit game, look out. So, yeah, well, when you go in and you go in for a specific reason, there's a certain aspect that people look for, and they say, "Wow, this fits." Like, we understand this now. This makes sense. So you're looking for what makes sense more than people's aspirations as to what they think makes sense, if that makes sense. Well, most people don't. Blacks aren't racist, of course. Okay. Can black people be racist? I'm quite sure they could be if they wanted to be, but do they have a reason to be racist? Like, racist towards who? If my people spent hundreds of years incarcerated and persecuted by a certain race, and I have the right not to like that race based on the conditions that's been happening over my people forever, do they tell Jewish people they have to like the Hitler, the Germans, even though all Germans wasn't Nazis, right? But if a Jewish person didn't want to trust any Germans and didn't want any of them around, would you call them racist? No, it would be accepted, right? Based on what happened to them in the past and things like that. They just don't want to have anything to do with them. But you can understand that, but can't understand 400 years plus of oppression, systematic. And I don't even understand why this needs to be explained. Some people misunderstand racism for mad. They have a reason to be outraged, the way the system has treated them. But if you're not that race, you wouldn't understand it. It's hard for some people who never had to go through something to understand what somebody goes through every day of their life. You could sympathize with them, but you don't understand it. You never had to walk into a room. I tell you what, white guy, go to the neighborhood, go to the hood, go into a neighborhood where it's all black people and you're by yourself. Go up in there, minding your own business, and you're just in there to grab some items. And that tension you're going to feel when you walk in there and see all those black people and the way they turn and look at you, you know, that uncomfortableness that you feel in that moment, black people got to live that every day. They got to be on point. They got to be on alert. They can't just go to this place. They got to know what's in this place. How many black people in this place? Where are the exits? Who is over there? This looks like a racist biker bar. I don't know if I should be here. Where's my gun? How many bullets I got? How many? I mean, you gonna have to come to a decision real quick on where you going, how you getting there, should you even be there? Oh, they don't mind you in the community. It depends on who you are. Like, they don't mind. They love to get the money because, shoot, they're starving without it. They need people to give you business. Now, they'll take your money. But it all depends. If it's a big group of us coming in there, like if I bring some dudes from the hood out there, it's a little different. Some of these girls, they go after the hood dudes because they be watching the rap videos. They want them a Lil Wayne. Well, we got stories out here for days. Shoot, dude came in there like, "Are you serious?" He was like, "Yes, come to my house." He's like, "I'm bringing my cousins." "Yeah, bring them on." Man, the cousins came there. They robbed that girl house blind. They even stole frozen pork chops and stuff out of the refrigerator, out the freezer. I was like, "What would you take their food?" They took the food out. They took everything. They ran a train on the girl and her friend. All kind of stuff, man. They were smoking weed with them, man. It was crazy. And she was like, "Did you guys take the food out? My parents said there's food missing. My dad is upset." He had some pork things that he had set out there. He bought them. It was like, nah. But that's what they wanted. They wanted to go get the black guy to be cool. Brother like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna be real cool." Brother like, "You're gonna be real cool." I'm like, I don't hang out with them. I wouldn't let them in my house. And we all black, but I don't know that they ain't coming in my house. Y'all let them in your house. And what they do, rob the place blind. Oh yeah, the one guy though, the one dad, they did it to another chick. I think I told this in my hood story. And the chick was like underage. She was like 15. And they went over there, or 16, 15 or 6, but still underage. They was messing around with her. And I'm like, dude, these are like runaway teenage white girls. And you think you gonna put them in my car? I was like, do you hear how stupid I'm like, how stupid do you think I am? Why are y'all hanging out with a 16-year-old runaway white girl and her friend? I'm like, y'all are the dumbest people I've ever met in my life. No, I ain't getting in my car. No, you can't get a ride. No, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen to y'all. And sure enough, they was in jail. She ran away. They went back and found a ride, not to take them home. These idiots went in there and robbed the house. Not rob it, like she told them, you could take whatever you want to take. I hate my parents. And their dad had all these guns. And they was like, "We can take these guns." They was like, yeah, he had like classic, like an old musket, like a collector. Man, they took everything up out of there and robbed this girl's parents. Man, of course, her daddy came home and she had never seen her dad so mad. I'm like, what do you think gonna happen when that white girl finds out her dad's gonna be so mad, all that pressure? She gonna give all y'all up in 10 seconds. She said we could take it. I'm like, I bet she did. But guess what's gonna happen by the time she gets home and her dad finds out? Sure enough, she's ran into her dad like, they just took it. They stole it. Man, so that was it. So she was like, get him on the phone. They got on the phone. The dad got on there and told them, look, I don't care about all the stuff you took, except for my guns. If you don't bring my guns back here, they like, if you don't bring my guns back here, I will have you arrested. All the other stuff, I'm gonna let you keep. I don't care about that. But my guns, they was like, how we know you ain't gonna shoot us if we give you the guns? He was like, those ain't the only guns I got. I can shoot you as soon as you come on the porch. But you better bring my guns here or you are going to jail. So they brought the guns, but he had already sold like 2 of them. So he had to go get the other 2. And he was like, well, you got 3 more hours to bring the rest of my guns back here. And if they're not back here, you're going to jail. And he ended up going to jail. The guy, he's like, yep. But he was like, man, I tried to find the guy I sold him to. I didn't know, but she told me I could take him. Well, I don't care what she did. You're going to jail if I don't get my other 2 guns. So they took the TiVo. They took the TiVo. They took the TiVo. He's like, I don't care about none of that. They can have all that. Took the TiVo box, not the TiVo box, the TiVo box. Up out of there. UNC Hood Stories live streams. That's what I'm saying. It's done and done. It is done and done. Like they were getting humiliated back then. But see, that's what I'm saying. People in the hood, everybody from the hood don't mean that you do hood activities. I didn't do those type of things. I was not finna rip off some 15-year-old girl's family and go to their house and start stealing. One, I don't need to steal. 2, no, that's just dumb. And as soon as they come, I try to hit them with logic, but some people they don't grow up the way you do. We all live in the same areas, but every household is different. I grew up in a household of values, like moral compass means everything in our family. Disrespect meant something. But if you grew up with don't care, morals, the street, they don't care. So they go out to the burbs. They gonna take the same principles they grew up with in the hood, right over there. And how they lived in their household. It was just do whatever they want. They don't have any concerns. They in the neighborhood blasting music. And their girlfriend did not realize they being used by these white girls to get back at their parents. Like they want to be rebellious. They want to be the cool girl that's cool with everybody, even the super cool black guys. I'm like, what is this? Yeah, this is a troll. The Knicks running through the league. Oh, we got a bet in place. That's gonna be massive. Mm-hmm. Well, that's it, fellas. We've had a great time, but I need to go ahead and get some work done. So I'm out. I'll see you on my Patreon, Carcino for Life, and we are out.